Hey, good morning. All right, so we revived our Breadtopia starter that we got in the mail, and I was so excited to see this morning that it doubled, and we have some nice little bubbles on top. I don't know if you can see it. It's very bubbly. So I'm gonna go ahead and make bread with this because this looks perfect for making bread. So in your Artisan Sourdough book, turn to page 26. We're gonna make everyday sourdough because that'll just be the easiest. Doesn't have any mix-ins. It's gonna be your good first bread. Let me clean this a little more. Okay. All right, so what you wanna do is measure out 50 grams of your bubbly active starter. Bubbly and active. Measure that right into the bowl. Just put it on your scale. Turn your scale on. And it says 0 grams. That's perfect. If it changes to 1, just hit the tare. Make sure it says 0 when you start measuring. Okay, for this, just use a wet spoon. Scoop it out. We'll measure 50 grams. I kind of put it on the side and kind of cut it a little bit at a time. So we'll start with just one little block. That's 26. Another little drop. That's 42, which gets a little smaller. That's 54, and that's fine if you go over a little bit. Not a problem. Spoon in the sink. Don't put the lid right back on this because it'll glue itself. You need to clean this first. Okay, 50 grams of active starter, 350 grams of water. So I think I'm just gonna measure the water right into the bowl. The starter. You know what? Let's be on the safe side. Let's measure in a different container. Tear it out. 350 grams. We measure in grams because it's more accurate and more precise than measuring cups. 350. Keep going, keep going. Okay, 316. Okay, 346, close enough. Okay. Don't worry about getting it right on the dot because you're gonna drive yourself crazy. Okay, pour it in. What I like to do now, take your little whisk and just get that starter mixed into the water. So it just kind of looks like milky water. I don't know if you can see it. It just looks like watered down milk. Okay. Then what you want to do is put in 500 grams of bread flour. And I like to have it pre-measured. So when I was making lots of bread for people, I could just grab one of these, dump it in. Makes it a lot easier when you've got an assembly line going. Even if you're doing one, it's just, if you're doing this first thing in the morning before you go to work, it's just much quicker. 500 grams, bread flour, boop. And then 9 grams of fine sea salt. I've always used Redmond real salt. It's a fine sea salt and it's, you know, of a high caliber. It's recommended in my sourdough groups. So this one, I don't want to mess it up because you don't want salty bread. I'm going to measure it right here. And I'll have these like pre-measured too in little containers just for my assembly line. I just didn't today, so I just moved here. Okay, let's do, it's kind of chunky. 9 grams. And we'll just put that in. Take your whisk. Just mix it in so you don't have any more of the dry flour. It's kind of like you're making cookie dough. It's gonna look like cookie dough. The same consistency. See? It's kind of chunky. And you're gonna think there's not enough water. But don't add water. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep mixing. Okay. You can get in there with your hands. I like to use the flexible scraper, scrape down the, just get in there and get the sides of the bowl. Get it all clean and scrape. Okay, you're gonna have to get in there with your hands because it needs to be more cohesive. Okay. Just get all those flour bits, push it, and just work it until it becomes a smooth, like a pizza dough, like you're gonna roll out pizza dough. Okay, don't do too much because it's gonna be really sticky at this point, so don't handle it too much. Okay, so just have it like a little ball. You know, it's gonna be very sticky. Okay, messy mess. Okay, so at this point, put your plastic thing, it looks like a clear shower cap over it. You can just lay a towel over it. And you're just gonna let this, what does it say, bulk rise after dough has rested. Okay, so cover with a damp towel. Well, we're just gonna use a damp towel, or you can use the shower cap thing, and let it rest for 30 minutes. Okay, so we're just gonna set the timer for 30 minutes and then we'll come back to this and then I'll let you know what we do at that point. Okay, bye.